you are not ready or prepared for the absolute bangers that we picked up in this week's episode. So you need to strap in and get yourself prepared because it's about to be a madness. You also need to appreciate the absolute mission which I went on to get to this week's town, which is Maidstone. I went all the way from Gravesend, which is also known as G-Town, and headed a whole 30 minutes all the way down to Maidstone. That alone deserves a like and a sub, I think. But we started off at a rather large charity shop in this Sue Ryder charity shop. Never knew this charity shop existed before I walked in this day. If anyone's in the market for a bed, you're in luck because I found you one. Nice little bed frame, this one. Don't think it was too expensive either. And if you're in the market for a rain jacket, once again, you're in luck because I found this Trespass rain jacket in there. It was quite nice, to be fair. Nice little red. However, the little badge that it had on the front was kind of going yellow. It was no longer white, which did put me off buying it a little bit. It did kind of remind me of like the Artrex jackets that are really trendy at the moment. Should really know what they're called, to be honest, because I do Google them on a weekly to see if they're on sale. So I was kind of tempted to buy this Trespass jacket just because it did heavily remind me of that, and I've been thinking about buying a Trespass or a Berghurst jacket recently just to kind of have something similar to an Artrex. But yeah, the yellowing put me off and it was way too big for me. So I headed out of there and headed into this PDSA charity shop. I think this is the only one that I've ever seen of this type of charity shop. It's quite sick though in here because it is rather large, but it looked like recently the whole of the Charlton teams either collapsed or they've got new kits because they were all in this charity shop. Did kind of consider picking one up, but it was pretty obvious why they decided to donate them all because all of the prints were cracked and just falling apart. But I stepped around to the next bit to see if there was any good polos. There was a Ralph Lauren one, nice little Mackenzie one, and another Ralph Lauren one. Once again, I think that Ralph Lauren one is fake, however. Then I found a Timberland polo, which if it was in my size, 100% would have picked up. It was kind of cool. Didn't really like the collar on it, but I would have taken it regardless. But I then headed over to the hoodies, and the first hoodie which was on the rail was this Nike hoodie. Pretty basic hoodie, just in a nice little grey with the nice little swoosh on the side. On a grey tag from the early 2000s, which I've recently been educated about on a podcast that I listened to yesterday. But I did pick it up for about £6, I think it was, and I'll probably be able to get about £20 for that on Depop. So that's £14 profit there. Nice little start off to our thrifting adventure in Maidstone. But I headed literally next door to a charity shop which once again never knew existed. I think it must be newly opened, I assume, because this was definitely something else last time I came to Maidstone. But it was massive, like really massive. And when I walked in, I didn't actually know if it was a charity shop. Just by the way it's set out, it really didn't look like a charity shop at all. But it took me about 5 minutes to find the men's section in this charity shop just because of the size of it. But when I did find it, I was pleasantly surprised because it was rather large. Even though it was so large, the crew neck and like the jumper section was pretty lacking. It was all like knitted sweatshirts and kind of like smart sweatshirts. Oh, I found this quite sick like puffer coat in this brand called Sharks. I think I really don't know what it's called. I've never seen it before, but the colorway on it was quite mad. Once again, if it was my size, defo would have picked it up. Maybe for Depop, maybe for myself. I would have seen how I felt when I got home with it. But I started going through the jeans, and originally I wasn't going to go through the jeans just because of the size of it. As you can see, there was literally like 4 jeans there. So I was thinking, is it even going to be worth my time? I am so happy now I did go through them, because I then found literally a pair of jeans which I've been looking for or wanting to buy for about 5 or 6 months now, in these, I don't know how to say it, EVISU jeans. Like, these jeans go for about £300 to £400 brand new, and in this charity shop they were brand new and they were only £10. Pretty much regardless though of how much they were, I was going to pick them up because I've wanted these for so long, but I'm still really torn whether to keep them or sell them on Depop. Something else I thought I was going to be able to sell on Depop were these like black and white Sambas in like a leather. They were quite cool, but they were heavily beat, like really heavily beat. Found these quite sick Puma shoes though as well. I feel like Puma shoes had a bit of a rise at a point and then it just plummeted so quickly. But I also found this like Fred Perry like kind of track jacket styly thing. It was a really weird material because it was kind of like it wanted to be a sports jacket but then kind of wanted to be a smart jacket at the same time. So that's what kind of put me off. The tag on it was really sick though, and it really wasn't too much, and the condition was pretty sick, but I just really was put off by like the material of it. But I did end up picking up them EVISU jeans for only £10, which is probably the biggest steal which I've ever had in any time I've ever gone to any charity shop, especially on these videos. But if I do decide to sell them, I'll probably get about £100 for them, so I've 10x'd my money there, which is pretty sick. So what we on now, we're on about £94 so far overall profit for this episode, which is, that's pretty solid so far. That's pretty solid. Then we headed into another charity shop which I think only exists in Maidstone, and it was this Peggy Wood Foundation charity shop, and this is probably one of the weirdest charity shops that I've ever been in. Last time I came in here, I found quite a sick shirt. I thought it was quite sick at least. A bit of a weird one. Still haven't been able to sell it on my Depop. Don't think I ever will either. But today it was pretty bare. Like there was literally nothing interesting in here at all. So I headed down to this Age UK charity shop, which has literally had these stock clearance signs in there for months now, at least 4 or 5 months. But I'm not complaining. It means I'll probably be able to pick up some steals, and I did pick up some steals in this Guinness Polo. I couldn't really turn it down considering it was literally £1, and look at it, it's not really that bad of a polo. I think that will sell pretty well on eBay. I think I'll be able to get at least like £11-12 for it, so I'll call it £10 profit. So what's that now? We're on about £104 profit overall for this episode so far. But I headed along the road to this cancer research charity shop and literally fell through the door. The video doesn't do it justice, because when I actually went to open it, this is how I felt like. I went to push it and I put all my weight into it and I just went like that all the way through it. But I think I found a pair of Ralph Lauren jeans in this charity shop. I'm not too sure. I'm 90% sure they are though. What else could RL be? I couldn't find any tags on the inside though. That was the only thing that put me off buying them, and as well they were a size 36, which I don't really like to stock on my Depop. I try and stock clothes more now that are just my sizes, like 30 to 32 waist and just kind of like small and medium stuff. But I bounced out of that charity shop and literally bounced across the road into this Children's Trust charity shop, and I found this ET t-shirt. I would try and make an ET reference or joke, but I've never actually watched it. I'm probably part of the very slim part of the population which never has, but I thought I found a really sick polo in this like blue one that had this little like toucan on it, but it was just from Next. But I did find something really sick in the trousers section. I found these Hugo Boss like chinos in like a navy dark blue color. I was kind of hoping they were going to fit me, but I tried them on about 20 minutes ago, and yeah, they're like ankle swingers, so I don't think I'll be keeping them. They will definitely be going on my Depop, which I haven't mentioned so far is Josh Fed Up, and it's in the description if you want to check out any of my pieces or any of the pieces from this episode. But I did pick up them chinos for £10 I think it was, and I'll probably be able to sell them for about 20 to 25. But I headed down to this British Heart Foundation shop, which is kind of falling apart a little bit on the outside, and the first thing I come across were these Levi jeans in a 28 waist and a 32 leg, which is literally like perfect for me pretty much, and they were literally only £5. Well, at least I thought they were £5. I'll get onto that story in a hot sec. But I then found this Adidas like track jacket styly thing. Was quite sick on a bit of an older Adidas tag, but I think it was like £14, so I weren't going to be picking that up. It would have been like, I don't think I really would have made any money on it. But going back to what I was saying about the Levi jeans, yeah, I thought they were £5 or £4.99. I go over to the till and the bloke goes,
"Oh, these might actually be £14.99.
£14.99. So I didn't end up picking them up. I was so gutted because I got so gassed when I see it said £5.99. There would have been mad potential for so much more profit there. But a nice little profit for overall for this video. Can't lie, I did lose count midway through on what it is, but I'll put it up on the screen. I'll track it on my hand. But I really do hope you have enjoyed this trip to the thrift, and I hope to see you in another video.